our young citizens from Phyllis Wheatley. Thank y'all so much. Y'all look great. Give them a big round of applause.
The future of our city.
Director Charles Brown. Charles, thank you so much. And for all of our staff, for our library, thank you so much. For our board member, Larry Eustace. And to all of our wonderful citizens that have joined us today for this great event. You know, libraries have always been part of the fabric of New Orleans, where they are today and where they used to be. I was driving down Louisiana and Washington Avenue when I was a little boy. Right off of Broad Street, there was a public library right there. I spent a lot of time there. And as they say, it ain't there no more. But what we have done in the last couple of years, with a lot of capital investments from the city, and of course with the millage that was passed by the people, was to create a vibrant and sustainable library system. And I want to thank Charles with his leadership and the men and women standing behind me and our council for making sure that people in this city have an opportunity to access libraries, not just as a place of learning, but a place of community and a place where we can connect to the rest of the world. After Katrina, we learned how really valuable library spaces were, because it was the place where a lot of our citizens had access to the outside world. And since then, we have set about, through massive infrastructure improvements and openings like this, recommitting ourselves to libraries. And the stories go on and on and on. This particular story is a great story, and Susan, thank you for your leadership. And Charles, this library was an orphan for a while and moved around from bit to bit, but it landed in a beautiful place. And I'm very thankful that all of the folks that are with us today made this a reality, because at the end of the day, it's about these guys right here and giving them a wonderful space and a wonderful place to learn, and to give them the opportunity to really rise up. And so if you see in the city of New Orleans today, that's so very different from where we were 10 years ago. Primary health care clinics where we have access to health care, 2 new university medical centers. You now have a library system. You have a school system that is reorganized. You have a city that's actually creating a foundation so that these young people have a chance, that those of us older folks, I'll put myself in that category, I'm not looking at anybody in particular, have a much better chance than we do to help recreate the city that we always dreamed she could be. So thank you all so very much for all the work that you've done and for all the work that you're about to do. And please help me welcome my partner who's had a lot to do with this particular site, Councilmember Susan Guidry.
Everyone, and thank you so much for waiting for me to be back in town to do this, because I've just been so excited about it. There are so many things about this particular library and this particular opening that are incredibly special to me. And you know, it was like we had a moment in time there when we had our small little library over at the American Can Company, and we were happy to have it. You know, we were very happy to have it, and everyone was using it. We were thrilled with the numbers of people who were using it. And then the millage passed, and we're all excited again. 2.5 mils, $8 million to help our library system become more and more healthy. And then all of a sudden there's, whoops, they're going to take the space. And, you know, business is business, right? So you've got to understand that. And I very much want to say thank you to the landlord over at American Can, ACB 7, and to their attorney, Randy Apatowski. I was going to say that right. Apatowski with Steed Law Firm. He was very, very gracious, and the firm was, and the landlord was, and we made everything work. And then, oh my goodness, not only do we find a place, and I can't claim responsibility for that, but this is the place we want. I mean, it is so beautiful. I'm a mid-city Parkview person for 30 some odd years. This is my area, my neighborhood, and I have wanted to open a business in this building for many, I mean, I would dream about the business I could open in this building. That's how much I loved it. So modernist, they called it. The same folks who did the Rivergate also created this beautiful building, 7,900 square feet. Enough room for everything we want to put in it. So this is going to be an incredible community space, And I want to thank Charles Brown for leading the way on this, and our mayor for helping to make this happen, and everyone else who's been involved. I know that we're going to be in there, our children are going to be in there in this building and just be motivated and inspired by the beauty of the building itself. Thank you.
I promise to be brief because I'm sure the community is very interested in seeing this wonderful new space for the library. But it's a real privilege for me to follow the mayor and City Council Member Guidry. The library could not have stronger supporters at City Hall than these two individuals, and we very much appreciate their ongoing support. Also, I have many bosses. The mayor is one, and the library board is another, and library board member Larry Eustace, who's standing next to the mayor, representing the library board today. As you'll see, the staff here at the new Mid-City Library location, led by Adrian Strock, has done a wonderful job in terms of preparing this building for the public. I want to thank Adrian. The entire library system, from our collection development staff to our facilities and maintenance staff to our public service staff, has been involved in terms of trying to create the best library possible for this community, and I'm very appreciative of their efforts. I'd like to particularly thank Michelle Thompson and Don Bannister, who lead our fiscal and facilities areas. They have spent night and day working on this project for several months. There was a lot involved in making this a reality, and I very much appreciate their efforts. Barry Katz, the owner of the building, is there holding the camera. Barry, thank you. I view this building as being one of Barry's children. He has watched over it throughout this entire process. I hope you've done a good job with your child, Barry. We promise to take good care of it in the years to come. As the mayor pointed out, this library has had many locations. It's one of our newest libraries that opened initially after Hurricane Katrina, but this is its third location. Originally it was going to be temporary, but the community response is such that it became a permanent part of the library system in this community, and we very much appreciate the support that you all have. And then finally, one last thing. We now, I believe, have two iconic locations. Many of you are familiar with the Landrieu Library on St. Charles Avenue. I think today the Mid-City Library on fabled Canal Street joins that league of being one of our most visible locations and one that the entire community citywide can take pride in. So we very much appreciate the community support. And now I'd like to ask our VIPs today, in addition to our elected officials, they're going to help us hold the ribbon, and we're going to formally open the new Mid-City Library location.